Hey, it's Jordan with TYT and TYT Politics. Emma Viglin right by me. We're here in the nice studios of YouTube today. Tonight, Bernard Sanders is debating Ted Cruz on the important topic of healthcare in America on CNN. If you don't know anything and you saw the commercial for CNN, it's like a fucking boxing match. It's unbelievable. CNN is making it like Ali Frazier, Thriller in Manila style. We thought that was over with the election and the way they promoted the debates, but they're doing it for Bernie too. I wrote a piece on this yesterday. I think the headline was CNN's pathetic attempt to feel the burn after the election, but thought I should expand on it because in this case, I'm going to give Senator Sanders the benefit of the doubt. He'll never turn down an opportunity to actually debate issues, which this is an opportunity to debate healthcare. I think he's going to wipe the floor with Ted Cruz, who might be a good debater, but is just wrong on his face on everything. But I have a real problem with CNN and other outlets. MSNBC is trying to exploit Bernie's movement now too, because, during the primary, they didn't really notice Bernie Sanders that much. They didn't seem to want to interview him that much. They certainly didn't want to cover his gigantic rallies. You would get empty podiums of Donald Trump at the same time that Bernie was talking to 10, 15, 20,000 people. When they did discuss him, it was almost like dismissive, like, when's this going to end? Oh, is this going to move Hillary Clinton to the left? There was never any serious even thought that he could even be a potentially defeat her. You didn't see that kind of coverage when Obama was challenging Clinton. And also, they did deceptive things. We've gone over it before, like, showing the numbers with the superdelegates included. Their anchors went on and on saying chairs were thrown at the Nevada State Convention. All these ridiculous things that was an attempt to suppress Bernie Sanders and the movement. I didn't go to journalism school, but the one class I did take, they teach you about if there's a lot of people involved in a story, then that's potentially a big story. Well, we had his average rally was probably around 10,000. Proximity, well, it was all across America. Timeliness, an election. But those journalistic standards didn't apply to CNN then. So it's really funny now that Bernie doesn't have an electoral chance. Now, all of a sudden, they want to do town halls with Bernie. They want to have him on for debates. They want to, they want to do a midnight snack with him. All of a sudden, they want to have Bernie Sanders on. I wonder why. Maybe people in your age demographic like Bernie Sanders and might
your age.
Oh, my age too. Yeah, might tune in to CNN tonight to watch.
Yeah. Well, okay. So I have I think a less, a more nuanced perspective is to be. He hates when I'm try to be nuanced, but look. I hate CNN as much as the next person. Jeff Zucker, you can draw a direct line from what his coverage of Donald Trump to the election of Donald Trump. Again, the empty podiums instead of the Bernie Sanders rallies. Absolutely agree that they have a dereliction of duty. They don't inform the American people. It is infotainment. And fortunately, they are a dying medium, and mediums like us are up and coming. We just hired this new reporting team, and those are dinosaurs, and they will eventually go extinct. I have faith about that. But I'm gonna take it. Look, if they're giving Bernie a platform, and it took them Donald Trump getting elected for them to learn this lesson, I'm okay with it. I think that Bernie being on as many mediums as possible is really important for the progressive movement. Yeah, there are a lot of people that still turn up their nose at healthcare for all. Is that really possible? Education for all. Is that really possible? Free education. If he's on this platform and he's able to talk about these issues, that only broadens the audience and people that are going to start accepting his ideas as mainstream, as they should be. And Ted Cruz is such a weasel. Honestly, I would think Bernie would do more poorly. That's a bad way of saying it, because he would still wipe the floor with Paul Ryan, but Paul Ryan has a charm about him. Ted Cruz is the weaseliest, weirdo. It gives everyone the creeps. No one likes him, and in addition to the fact that he's wrong on every issue about healthcare. So Bernie's going to demolish him. He's going to total knockout. It'll be embarrassing. He's going to be crawling all over the floor, Ted Cruz, with blood dripping from his mouth. Sorry, I'm giving you the image of him being a vampire, which he maybe is. is. But yeah, so that's what I think is going to happen. And I'm glad CNN's giving him this platform, even though it took them a ridiculous amount of time to get here.
But the thing is, it's much bigger than like the Bernie Ted Cruz debate. This is about media manipulation. The media used to have a responsibility to like inform people about important things. Well, political movements are very important things. They weren't, if CNN was around, I don't think they would dismiss like Martin Luther King's movement. There was certainly a lot of coverage of the Tea Party movement in 2010.
I disagree with you about Martin Luther King.
Oh no, they would.
They would disparage it.
No, I'm saying they would cover it.
No, they wouldn't.
Yes, they would. They would. Martin Luther King.
They didn't. No. They didn't cover the national media didn't cover the movement until people were sprayed with water hoses. When it bleeds, it leads.
Yeah, Martin Luther King. Did you see what happened with the civil rights movement? Trust me, they would cover.
But it took them years to get there. He had like a 9% approval rating at the start of his.
I don't want to sidetrack.
Okay.
But the point is, CNN basically manipulated their viewers into thinking this person, that their corporate parents have a direct conflict of interest. They don't want Bernie Sanders to be anywhere near the White House. So CNN manipulated its audience to thinking, oh, this guy has no shot. Oh, don't take this guy serious. You saw Anderson Cooper's interview with him where he was grilling him about something Fidel Castro said or something Bernie said about Fidel Castro. Right. Meanwhile, he's asking Marco Rubio, how'd you meet your wife? Do you listen to
show tunes?
What kind of music do you listen to?
Do you like pina coladas?
Yeah. So this now, all of a sudden, CNN suddenly cares about healthcare. And, I criticize CNN and other outlets because they don't cover policy. But let me tell you something, Emma. I would be stunned tonight if you heard anything from CNN actually stating data in their questions about other countries, how they cover more people at a lower cost. You'll hear it from Bernie. You're not going to hear Jake Tapper reporting statistics like that. You won't hear him grill Ted Cruz on the fact that he blocked relief money to Flint, Michigan. Him and Mike Lee, Senator Mike Lee, did that. Certainly not going to hear anything about lead poisoning in Indiana, Flint, other places. You're certainly not going to hear anything. You're not going to hear much about climate change. They are essentially putting on a spectacle for ratings, in my view. Is it better than not having anything? Sure, it's better to have it than not have it. But the point is, CNN doesn't deserve credit for having this because it's a total transparent exploitation of the most popular politician in America and trying to seduce his supporters. Luckily, Bernie supporters aren't idiots. Maybe they'll watch just tonight and then they'll give him the finger after that. But I have a big problem with it, and I used to work in cable news, so I know how this works. Like big oil, cable news knows they're on their last leg. They're bleeding younger viewers, so they're trying to milk every last conflict and create conflicts and narratives. And what better to create a boxing match between Bernie and Senator Stooge?
Absolutely. So we're on the same page there. It's theater, and it's ridiculous. And they are using him. But if the end result is them using him so that these issues get out there more, I don't care. And these mediums are still going to die out anyway, despite the fact that they're going to maybe attract a younger audience for an evening. But Bernie is going to demolish Ted Cruz so thoroughly and so easily that I will take, any outlet. I would take Fox News having it on. I don't care if millions of people watch it. The more the better. That's my mentality.
Bernie, don't listen to Emma. I want you tonight, sir, to get in a few jabs at CNN. Stop with the political gossip and the drama. You know how you do it, Bernie. Make sure you don't let them off the hook for the way they disparaged you, suppressed you. Let them have it, Bernie. And by the way, if he's running again, this is a pretty smart move because you're going to compare Bernie Sanders tonight, what he says, the facts, the poise, with President Orangutan. A lot of people are gonna have buyer's remorse watching Bernie tonight.
Yeah, well, I think we all have buyer's remorse. There's one thing I would like to end with, and it's this. It's a phrase as old as time, and everybody knows it. Bernie would have won.
Correct.
Bye.